Hi, we're Alicia and Jared, and welcome to another episode. Join us as we travel around Australia in our sprinter van, Marley. Subscribe and let's see what this beautiful country has to offer. We've been staying at the Ventus campground and this has been our spot. Nobody is around us. Everyone is over there because they need power. We don't. So we've just been chilling down here with the kangaroos. It's just been absolutely amazing. Definitely a beautiful camp spot. Highly recommend it. For unpowered, it was $30. You've also got frisbee golf and tennis, which is included as well in the camp price. And there's some mountain bike tracks here and a pump track as well. So you've got a bit to do, which is awesome. We've just emptied this baby. Because we are heading to Tasmania, we can't take any soil. Our toilet is a compost toilet and we have compost in there, which is like a...
Organic matter.
Organic matter. Thank you, Jared. It's organic matter where our number 2s go in with some peat moss and then we mix it every time and it turns into compost. So we are not putting it on the ground. We put it in a biodegradable bag and put it in the bin. So that's what we've been doing. If we did have our own compost or we knew of a pile, we were able to put our soil, our solids somewhere. We would love that, but unfortunately there's not, and we're not going to dump it in the bush somewhere. So that's what we've done. So one job done, tick, for Tasmania. And yeah, on to the next job. I've also got rid of my plants. I've only got one with water now. My herbs are not there anymore because, again, we can't take soil into Tasmania. So my mother-in-law is babysitting my plants for 3 months. No more mint.
We're leaving camp now. We've filled up with water, we've cleaned the toilet out, we've pretty much done everything we need to do in terms of van life admin. It's something we always try to do if we know we're going to be heading out off-grid and kind of off into the wilderness for a few days. We just want to make sure that Marley is fully stocked and good to go, and she is. Now the last thing to do is go get fuel, and then we're going to go tackle the Alpine Way, which is a very famous, very beautiful road that goes from the Snowy Mountains down to the Vic border and then kind of follows around there. So it should be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it, and we'll hit the road very shortly.
Just driven straight through the national park ticket area because we're actually not stopping in the national park. We're kind of driving through. So if you are stopping in the national park, either you're hiking or going to Thredbo Village, you do need to get a day pass. I think it's $19 per car, or it's free for a pedestrian on a bicycle or walking if you're that hardcore. But if you're passing through and not stopping, you don't need to pay for a ticket. Just past Thredbo Village, where in the winter it's a ski resort, in the summer it's mountain biking resort.
So up here in the Snowy Mountains, they had some really bad bushfires about a year ago, and a lot of the trees here haven't been able to rejuvenate because over the winter there's just so much snow and everything kind of froze over the winter. So fingers crossed they get a bit of rain and things can kind of come back and bounce back because they really need it up here. It's so sad seeing everything like this just all burnt out.
Smoking the herb and we're drinking beers. Everyone is awake, we're just sitting there.
So we are right on the edge right now. So we're on the border of Victoria and New South Wales. We will be going to Victoria in a couple of days, but it is right there, like literally right there. There's Victoria over there on the other side of the river. We're just following it now around. So our tips for this road trip is make sure you have enough fuel because there's no petrol stations along the way. There's actually no towns along the way either. So make sure you have enough water as well, just in case you have a breakdown. And yeah, just take it easy. It's very windy, so take your time, take it slow. There's a lot of pull-off areas, so if there's people behind you, just pull off and let them pass. But yeah, other than that, really enjoy the scenery and take it all in. Pull in and have a look.
Ever since an ordinary paradise,
this will be perfect for lunch. We have made it down the hill to a town called Cacoban, and now we're gonna have lunch. We're gonna stop for a little bit and rest Marley because she's been over a few passes now, and then we're gonna head on to Albury today. So we're gonna try and make it all the way there. It's a long drive, but we can do it. Marley can do it. She's a good girl.
On here, what's for lunch, Leash?
I think we're gonna have vegetable and falafel wrap. I'm just trying to use up some old vegetables and fry them up and put some nice seasonings with them and make them taste lovely before they go off.
That looks good. And I am hungry. It is served. Whew. Thanks, babe.
That's okay.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
As we could live tonight, have ourselves an ordinary paradise. We can have ourselves.
That was a long driving day. The funny thing when you drive in Marley, right, when you're driving a camper van, is we only drove about 350 kilometers today. Not overly far, but it took us like 8 hours, 9 hours. Just all the stops along the way, and things about being in the camper van just takes a long time. So now we've pulled up and we are parked up at the RSL Club. Alicia has made a delicious dinner. So we're heading off somewhere tomorrow where we're not allowed to take any food with us. So
I am prepping. I have fritters that I'm making up. I'm making a spaghetti bog tonight. I'm caramelizing some onion. I'm making a ginger water up. I don't know what I'm going to do with these guys, but I'll find something, some recipe. But I'm just trying to use up all our vegetables because you can take them cooked, but they're not allowed to be fresh. So we're doing a lot of cooking. And there it is, dishes are done, and there's all the food.
then it's time to just sleep in the very luxurious, very exotic RSL car park of Albury. We'll see you guys tomorrow. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications as we bring out a new video every week. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next adventure.